Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I have here an update for the month of April from the 15th to the 30th. I have here with me the Angel Tarot deck. I also have the Vera Sibilla deck that you are accustomed to me using, Neapolitan cards, and I have my runes, but I will be starting it differently now. I'll be doing it differently this update. And I'm going to start, we're in the Aries time frame, so again, happy birthday, Aries. And for you, I'm starting the reading now for the 15th to the 30th, Aries. What I have for you, what I'm feeling for you, is that there's a big balloon, and it's as if you took a pin and it just burst right in front of you around the mid-month time. And you sort of, the wind has left your sails, but then all of a sudden you look around yourself and you realize that it's just an optical illusion, that it was just a bubble that burst. Nothing was lost and nothing was gained. It was just something that you didn't, that side, you have a blind spot when you're driving. There's a blind spot on the sign, peripheral vision. And it's as if you didn't see that, There was something you missed and you looked, gave it your attention, and then it's as if, you wanted to take care of everything, but we just can't take care of everything, Aries. I'm going to pull a few cards and see how it, here I have the beautiful Ace of Swords. This is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, of course not. The Ace of Swords, let's go here, there you go. The Ace of Swords is something that shouts truth, something that shouts your truth, something of a very pure nature. And what is this telling me? I'm hearing that you're getting the truth about yourself. This is something that's coming your way about yourself. It's a self-revolution, reflective information that's self-reflective, and it's coming back to you. Something that you were studying about yourself, something that you were, it's as if you're watching the film again. You're looking and you're saying, I did something wrong there, and I actually did something wrong there, and what I did wrong was believe that it could have come down or believe that it could have come about. And so there's not really an expectation that has not come about, but you're sort of watching your step and thinking, I did this right, but I didn't do that very right, so that happens around in the second 2 weeks. And what else I'm hearing is that you, Aries, have a preoccupation in this period about friendship and who is your friend, who is not your friend. Oh, isn't he or she, didn't they act strangely in my regard, So you're checking out those people who are around you, virtually and materially, what they mean to you, okay? People writing to you who you've never met, maybe some person that you've met online, but you still haven't met them, and you thought you could count on their friendship or their presence when you needed them, and that was not the case. Even long-term friends that have for a long time you thought were your friend, you start reevaluating that. And there's another department here as well. It's the person who was a past lover, and you're wondering, could they fit into that little box that we call friendship? This is something else that's coming up. And another card that I have for you of the Angel Tarot that I'm going to each time look at is this Five of Cups. And just like the bubble burst, what I'm hearing is that there is an economic side to your story that is not living up to your expectations. It seems that there are expectations and things are not going as you expected financially, but as well as emotionally and in people in your inner circle. That is something that defied your expectations. Let's put it that way. But then I'm going to use the Vera Sibilla also for you and see what they have to add for you. Okay, and I have here the Nemica, which is the female enemy, and the Bambino, the beginning. And it seems that, and on the Five of Cups, I have Ammalato, the ill one, and Allegrezza al cuore. Now, it seems that for those of you who have no worries financially, there are matters of the heart that are just, again, there's these expectations that are defied, these expectations that are not met. And, you know, once a person said to me, that's easily solved. Just never have expectations. You'll never suffer. But we are humans and we do have egos and we live with that day in and day out. And that's what we have to contend with. But in terms of the truth, this female enemy could be a male or a female. And there is the start of you watching your back. Who can I trust? Who can I not trust? I'm going to take these Neapolitan cards, a couple of them, to see what they can add. Yeah, there are, you know, there are Three Swords, Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. It is a matter of keeping the truth, trying to understand what is true here. What is the truth for me? And you spend quite a bit of mental energy. Your thought patterns are geared toward thinking, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do that with this person? Or maybe it would be best if I did this alone, or maybe with another person, you know? And what it seems is that you're trying to find loyalty in all realms of your life and see what it means to be loyal. Can you say that that person is loyal or not? Can you say that that person is not loyal? I'm going to take one rune to crown this reading. Tear. And what does that tell me? It's Tear Brightstave. This tells me that you will be quite successful in this ruminating. It is this precise method that you're using. This yes, this no, this person yes, this person no. And assessing not so much the expectations that are not being met, but this process of revamping, reevaluating who you have around you in terms of loyalty and friendship and truths will serve you well, not only on at a romantic level, an emotional level, your inner circle of friends, but also on in terms of your activity and those around you that with whom you work. I hope this was of help to you, Aries, and namaste until we read together again. I'm going now to Taurus, and Taurus, I'm doing the same, and I'm going to tell you that for Taurus, what am I seeing? I'm seeing more than anything. I'm seeing a preoccupation, and it comes out as a preoccupation, again, this word preoccupation, with the values that you put into objects in relation to the value you put into non-material goods. And you're going to say, I bought this second-hand motorcycle, and I'm having I really like the idea that I have this motorcycle, and I paid the insurance, but I can't use it very much all the time. And you're evaluating again, did I do well in purchasing that motorcycle? And you're going through your toys. I'm calling them toys, Taurus, because you have all your toys around you. And at the same time, though, you have this great desire to share your time, share your money, share your laughter, share your food with those around you, especially this weekend, where many of you will be celebrating a holiday. And But on the other hand, it's not as problematic. It's not problematic as I have seen for the Aries. Aries are actually taking it on as a job. What I see you doing, Taurus, is laying back. Your feet are up and you're looking. Your feet are crossed, you're up. You've got a cigar for those of you who smoke a cigar, a little cigarette for some of you who smoke, and you're thinking, wow, life really is good, Taurus. To you. You're feeling life is very, very good. And you want to see how much you can include in that good, in that circle that you're calling your toys, those toys there. Who are those people that are making it good? And you're just thinking about them. You know, you're sort of thinking about what could they bring you. I'm going to take one card here. And this is the Angel Tarot. This is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, we often hear it's jogging, and you know, jogging. Your mind is jogging. Your mind is changing. Things change, and you're balancing things out. You're weighing things for better or for worse. You know, what do I see? And what more than anything, what do I hear? I hear that you're trying to think about putting your money away. It would be sort of a break with the past, not a real break, because you're thinking that I can't live without those pleasures, but there is a tendency to want to put something away. And it may be the beginning of a new period for you in terms of how you save your money, you know. And what I'm getting is that you're saving not so much for a rainy day, but it is for a precise purpose. And what's interesting, Taurus, is that you're not bringing anybody, no one is privy to these thoughts. This is not even your closest friend, not even your closest significant other. This is something that you're keeping to yourself. It's like a mind travel. You're traveling with your mind, and you're thinking, oh, where could I go? What can I do? Who can I spend it with? And yes, I do have people, but how about let me go to a deserted island, and who could I bring with me? There's a lot of this fantasizing, very healthy, pleasant fantasizing. Then I have the Fool card, Il Matto. This is an Italian deck. The Fool card. It is as if I actually am seeing a new beginning of different habits. On the one hand, yes, saving money does, we do think of as being very mature and changing, and everything is working out, and you're disciplined. But here, this is telling me that you are traveling with your mind, and you're taking a break. There's a break in terms of freedom. You're starting to feel freer. And it's a lovely thing to see, Taurus. It's really lovely for me to see. I'm going to take some Vera Sibilla cards here and take a look at what they can add to these two cards. They're so cute, these cards, the way they speak. Dottore, and the Doctor, and Superbia, vanity, pride, and but it also means success. And what they're both telling me, because I read the cards always together, and what emerges, and of course what we hear psychically and see. More than anything, I'm clairvoyant. That's because I can't see. I have poor eyesight. But what I'm seeing here, Taurus, is I'm seeing psychotherapy. All right, now where did that come from? I'm seeing psychotherapy. Another synonym of that could be any form of healing. I'm seeing you interested in a way of healing, but it's hands-on. It's really hands-on. It's not distance healing. You need to have hands-on. And you're thinking, again, of how you can go into massage, do distance healing, Reiki hands-on, really, and the success that it could bring on many of you. I'm seeing 80%, 83% of you as being interested in this as a very important hobby. And because there's something that brings you to this, because of late, the last 2 or 3 months, you know, we're getting out of the winter, and many of you, and I'm hearing more than 70%, 76% of you have had over and over these little nuisances, and I'm calling them little, but you know, because of course they're not serious illnesses. The cold, constant. Your cold went away, and then you had a sore throat, and then it seemed that you had some things on your you know, probably bronchitis, and then it got worse, and then better, then worse. But it seemed that for many of you, that was the case, and you're thinking, this shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to take that much medicine. There must be a different way. And since there is this idea of being touched and touch, you want to be back to that warmth of touch and how touch can heal. Taurus, I'm seeing you have the power of healing. I'm seeing that your hands are very, very apt. They have an aptitude for that. Also, there's this energy and enthusiasm that is bringing you forward in such an instinctive way. An instinctive way. I have here the Gran Consolazione, and I also see the Deliranti, the crazy ones, the delirious men, and this great consolation. This is a beautiful card to have. But paired with this delirious, it's excitation. There's excitement about a beginning. You actually feel that you are on a roll, Taurus, and it is a joy to see. Namaste, Taurus. I wish you the best. And until we read together again. Hello, Gemini. It's Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a reading for you for the second half of April, from the 15th to the 30th. Now, Gemini, what I'm seeing here, and I always say what I'm seeing because I first get sight, then the sound. What I'm seeing is that all in all, the second half of April for you is you relaxing and assessing, you know, taking it not very seriously, but watching, assessing, evaluating, seeing how things are going. So there's an element of control there. There's definitely an element of control, but at the same time, there's this calm. There's this feeling of calm. Let me see what the Angel Tarot have to say to you. Oh, this is the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is always a change, and a change that you are probably not happy with. But what I'm seeing about this, Gemini, is that this is relegated to the past, a situation that brought you to change, has actually put you in a position now for the second half of April where you seem to change or contradict even what you thought about certain things, what you thought about how people were working with you on the job, what you thought about that significant other, how they acted toward you. So you're having sort of a bit of a change of heart, but reevaluating positively a situation that gave you cause for concern up until now. Now there is the Lover's card. In effect, it was a choice. This is always, not always, it can have the meaning of a love partner and coming together. But typically this Lover's card, the Major Arcana, does imply choice. And the choice here, what I'm seeing, is the choice that you have, whether to consider what has come down until now as having been positive or negative. There is also a matter of choice that concerns both of the tarot cards, and it has to do with you choosing to close one eye to something that was up until now, like I said, by you evaluated negatively. Just a second here. Okay, I have this fan behind me making this noise. And what else I'm seeing is that you're going to be crossing paths with a person. You're going to be crossing paths with a, I'm seeing a woman, a female, and in some way that woman will be necessary for you. I'm using the word necessary. It is a cross, paths, paths that cross, that is necessary. And what it means, what I'm seeing, is that it has to do with a teaching. You need to come away from this experience, this meeting, this new person that comes into your life. And many of you, it will be like 53% perhaps, will be crossing paths with a new person, but they will be important to you. And I'm seeing female again, it could be a male, but I'm seeing female actually. That will be important for you to learn something about yourself. And this can take on many different forms and shapes. It could be on the workplace. It could be in how you entertain your interpersonal relations. But the person you come across at first is not going to be to your liking. That is very, very clear. I'm going to take the Vera Sibilla here to get a bit of clarification. And I also hear, though, that some of you are seriously considering letting your partner go, putting an end to the relationship. Those of you who have a significant other, I'm seeing 43% of you are thinking of, and it may be just a thought, but a good part will be bringing an end to the relationship. And that is the element of choice. Now, Vedovo, the widower, and the ill person, and definitely there has been something that has occurred to you. And I'm seeing this as a past, something, an incident, something that occurred that did not, that was cause for much sadness on the one hand, that brought on a lot of change for you, but it is relegated to the past. The element of choice, and people, all right, we talked about 43% as deciding to break it off with a significant other. Those of you who are in the process of, are in a relationship. I have here Costanza and Viaggio, the trip, the man on the horse that is moving away from from other people. This is a city in the background moving away to a place. And it's not a new idea. This is an idea that you've had for quite some time. I'm going to take a look here with the Neapolitan cards to see what they can add. Yes, and it's not going, the idea of you separating from a significant other or breaking away is not going to occur in that 2-week period until the end of April, but there will be a wait, and you will cross swords, literally. So I have the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords. These are Neapolitan cards. There are 40 cards in a deck, so they're quite different. And the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is always the Two of Cups, and it is in relation to a significant other that I see you crossing swords and taking a decision. That will, however, further on down the line, materialize. Now, I'm going to take one rune to see what, to crown the reading, and it's Bjork. Berkana, Bjork, Mörkstave. And it does clarify the situation in the sense that the end, or even a new beginning for you as a single person, is not going to occur at the end of, by the end of April. It will be further on down the line. I'm hearing something else here. The element of choice that you feel compelled to make is also, has also to do with this past experience, with this difficult situation that has caused, was cause for concern, but has also was cause for a serious change in your life. I also see that you're not necessarily interested in bringing or going toward a new love. You are in the midst of a period where you seem to have to measure things. You know, how long are my arms? How wide is it from my pinky to my thumb? You know, you need to take your bearings and understand how you're feeling currently. And all in all, I see a wise countenance of Gemini. I see a person who is understanding from past experience how they should act in future and in present. But you're going to take your time to make these decisions. I hope this was of help to you. Namaste, my Gemini friends, until we read together again. Now we're on to Cancer. Cancer, for the month of second half of the month of April, from the 15th to the 30th, I'm seeing that you're finally relaxing. This is a period where you can, and you've earned this relaxation. 4 or 5 days at best, and it's about the middle, the beginning, sorry, the middle of April, but the beginning of this period, 15-30, it's in the beginning, 4 or 5 days when you really, you know, just relax and let bygones be bygones. Let those people who have been bothering you, just let them be. You wash them out through your system, which is a beautiful thing. I don't see you as being overly energetic in getting and ambitious to get things done. No, I see it as being a period where you're not resting on your laurels, but resting. And I don't see you as wanting this long-term plan, these long-term plans. No, I see you, Cancer, now more and more in a position of taking one step at a time, which is very, very interesting. Quite interesting for me to see. I'm going to take a tarot card. This is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is always a passionate card, so it would run counter to what I just said. But what is your passion? What is your passion, Cancer? What is that passion? It's a passion to finally realize that I'm in a place where no one is running after me. I can be the precursor. I can be the one who's propositioning. I can be the one who's proposing. I can be the one who's holding the strings. But you know what? I think I'd like to relax. Then after I come out of this, I'm going to start, you know, putting something here, something here, something here, and something here, and saying, these are my boundaries. If I want to go out of these boundaries, it's because I, Cancer, want to go out. And that will be a new invigorating spirit for you. Not only, it will also involve other people. You're going to feel proud of this new way of thinking. And you're going to also want to involve other people into celebrating this new type of action. You know, finally I'm my own man, I'm my own woman, I can relax. Let's have a celebration. Let's have a glass of wine together. Let's go take a walk. Let's go let's go to the park. Why don't we just go to the zoo? You know, so you're calming down, really, and it's pleasant to see. And I have here another knight, a Knight of Swords. Now they're both very high action swords. And the Knight of Swords stops at nothing. But I'm hearing that if you can see, they're running into each other, and the mind is over matter. There is this passionate energy, but this is such a swift thinking knight, and the swiftest of all knights. Well, they really go hand in hand. I mean, between the two, I would be hard put to say which is the faster knight. But one deals with burning emotions, and the other with a very quick mind. And since your mind is over your matter, so to say, what I'm saying here is really a relaxing time. They really are canceling each other out. They're really relaxing finally. And like I said, it's a joy to see, Cancer. A moment of relaxation, and then slowly but surely moving into the fray once again. 2 Vera Sibilla cards for both, and see what happens. Oh, how cute these cards are. Sacerdote, the priest, and the Imeneo, the nuptial dance. Um, you know, you're weaving in and out of the possibility of trying to become a new element in a relationship or on the job in a group. Small circle of friends, small circle, inner circle of relatives and outer friends as well, but you're in a moment where you would like your person, Cancer, you as a person, to be perceived differently. This is what I'm getting. And this is a goal that I'm seeing more than anything else. This seems to be a mission that you're setting out for yourself. And here I have consoling surprise, disconsolante sorpresa, and ammalato, the ill one. And of course, this does put you in a situation of having to assess what your actions in relation to other people's actions, in relation to how you acted in a couple, how you acted out of the couple, how you work on the job, and how you work at play, how you are when you relax. But there is, it's not a moment, this period, the second half of April, it's not a moment when you will be feeling patting on the back, someone's patting you. No, it's not a moment when people will come up to you and say, good for you, Cancer, good for you. No, it's a moment when there's quiet revolution. There's quiet realization. There's a quiet sense of belonging and a sense of being your own person. Like I said, it's a very calm energy, and it's a beautiful thing to see. I'm going to take one rune to crown the reading, and it is Kinat's Bright Stave. Kinat's Bright Stave. It is all what you want to do. You're a master of your universe, you're feeling, and you know that what you're doing is right for you. You have no doubt. There is no doubt in that second period of April. Ladies and gentlemen, Cancer friends, namaste until we read together again. Now, Cancer, let's go on to Leo. Leo friends, what am I feeling here for you, Leo? I've got, what I'm feeling is that there's a lot of business. Busy, moving, busy. You've had it. That's enough. I've given too much, and I don't have enough for myself. This is number one. This is the biggest thing that I'm feeling. The second is that, yes, I would love to do different things. Yes, I would love to start new initiatives. But chi me lo fa fare, they say in Italian. Why should I? And there are those of you who are a bit dissatisfied with your current position at work, your current business, the way if you're a freelancer, your contract that you have, and how you go about your business. You would like, on the one hand, more, but you're not willing to work more. You're in a position where you're feeling, I should be repaid for the past year where I worked so much. This is a conversation that you're entertaining with yourself, that you're exchanging. Leo and Leo talking to each other. And whereas you are willing in the second half of April to actually give other people the limelight, you don't care about that. But what you do care about is a return. You want your return. And so afraid are you of not getting your just desserts, you're sort of taking a step back and saying, maybe I don't have to go into that new business. Maybe I don't have to, maybe I don't need a partner. Let's take a look at a couple of tarot to see what they can add. This is the Hermit card. Now, what I could have guessed. I do see you as retreating, and I do see you as taking time to evaluate even your own ideas, even if you brought the idea up of starting a business with somebody else. well, you know what? Maybe that's not the best thing. And you start thinking about it. And this occurs in that second part of April. And here we have the Queen of Cups. Now, it's interesting, this Queen of Cups, because it is an emotional card, right? And it's a good, you know what we say, a good card. It's good energy, beautiful energy there. Now, the energy, however, that I'm seeing the energy as being, you're being good to yourself. You know, you are taking time. Let me, you know, my name is John. Oh, let me be good to John. John needs time alone. John needs, you know, and this is the type of reasoning process that you're going to be enacting during that second period of April. I also see, however, a bona fide genteel, and not gentle, a genteel way of going about things. You're very poised. There's this poised nature about you. Not that Leo. It's a very poised. You're using your experience. You're drawing. It's costing you a lot, but you are drawing on your experiencing. You want it to work for you. Quite interesting, this, Leo. I'm going to take some of the Vera Sibilla, 2 each for these, and see what comes out. Okay, well, this Hermit card has, what does it have? Gelosia, jealousy, and Dottore, the doctor. You know, I'm not saying, we could easily say, oh, well, this is the green-eyed monster that's making you go crazy, but it's not that. It's actually a preoccupation, an excessive preoccupation with trying to define the boundaries between you and someone else. I'm seeing it most in business, but it is, you know, I'm saying, you know, mostly in business, but 13% of those out there have to do, this has to do with defining your boundaries from a significant other. And this is going to bring you in a position, in a place where you will like to study that, you would like to study that, you would like to understand more before you come out and discuss it, perhaps. But not only that, there's also a canceling out of each other, these two cards, whereby the actual process of going within, of course we're faced to see our demons. Of course, we know what that's like. We know what it means to reassess what we're doing and all right, but what happens to you, Leo, in this period is that going within actually brings you to a place where you say, you know what? I ain't that bad. You know what? I was right then. You know what? I should keep going on. You know, and this is very positive in the second half of April. And here in this Queen of Cups, over the Three of Cups, I have these two interesting cards, the Pensiero, thought, and Consolante Sorpresa. And what they are telling me, more than anything else, is, of course, the Consolante, consoling surprise. There's a catch there, and here there's a 10,000, whatever it is, gold coins or whatever, but it's a help, it's an aid, it's some kind of form of a surprise that can help you in some way. And it is linked to matters of the mind. Now, I'm going to give you an example. You've decided to go into business with a partner, with a person, a man, a woman, and who you've known. It's not a new person, and you're on equal footing. This person is good for that, you're good for something else, and you would actually work very well together. Flames, you know, really ignited when you talked about it to each other, but then they were slowly, you know, put out by everyday life. I had to do my thing, she had to do her thing, he had to do his thing, and we could never put pen to paper and actually make the plans. However, there is a moment, and it's after this, you know, going within, where you tell yourself, you know what, Leo, I always do things and I go it alone. Maybe it is a good period for me. Maybe I could do, maybe not the whole business, maybe one endeavor. For example, if there's a business that has to do with language, maybe we don't have to do all the translations together, but we can teach together. You know, there's some form, and you're trying to be more realistic in the sense that I'll be more realistic in terms of what I can actually do with that other person. And I see it as business, and it's coming out as business loud and clear. I'm taking one rune to, to crown the reading, and it's Rido. Yes, go forward. Excuse me. Leo, go forward with that idea of making headway in one side of the business initiative instead of doing it all and going it alone. Very, very interesting, Leo. Until we read together again, namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Virgo friends. This is a reading for an update for the second half of January. And what I'm seeing here is, you know, I'm seeing you that you're saying to yourself, enough is enough. How much, in Italian we say this calvario, this dredging forward, how much is there? You know, so there was, there is a moment when you do feel like you're going to lose it. You know, there's a couple of tears, that emotional baggage comes out, and every time you look at a movie or you turn your head and you feel like you're thinking, oh my God, is it going to be depression? No, it's emotions. The emotions need to come out, and we'll let them come out, Virgo. And you pick yourself up from your bootstraps, and I'm seeing that as being, you're the best bootstrap picker-upper that I know, you know, because it seems that from one day to the next, even from 1 hour to the next, Virgo, I'm seeing that in this period, you're actually putting on a smile and a good face for everybody to see, a very pleasant face for everybody to see, even if it's only on the outside. But you yourself really knows the difficulty that you're going through. And I'm seeing, say, 27% of you are contending with you and yourself, you know. But the good other portion is made up from the rest of you who are, you know, literally contending with the hardships of life. And what, you know, of course, everything is relative, you might say. How hard is hard for a hardship? But it being relative, we all have our benchmark, and we all have a different way of seeing things. And for generally speaking, this is a general reading, I'm seeing, Virgo, that you're going through a time where you really need to start picking her up. You're picking yourself up and thinking, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. Now, I'm going to take a couple of angel tarot here. This is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is always such a lovely energy, and it has to do with emotions, and it has to do with emotions seeping to the surface. And here, especially in this period of time, emotions, no matter how far and how strong and how far you're looking and how strong we seem to be, we are human. You know, those tears may come out, and they're not always tears of sadness. They're tears that that remind us that we are human. Thank God. You know, that's why we're here, to feel those emotions. Well, we could not possibly be donning a suit of armor. You know, that's not what we're made out of. We're made out of flesh and blood. But I see this as being victorious at the end of April for you, Virgo. I see that you're going to get the better of yourself. I hope that's a positive way of saying it in English. You're going to, no, the positive end will arise, will win out over the negative sensations that you may have. And what I'm seeing is that ultimately, at the end of the month, it will be those emotions that ultimately save you. It's a saving grace. And if it weren't for that time where you needed to scrape the bottom of the barrel to look at what is happening and why, what am I not seeing? You know, this is what you're asking yourself. What is it? There must be something more there, because I'm not seeing it. I must be missing some part of the puzzle, you know, you're thinking to yourself. Another card here is this Ten of Swords. What did I tell you? The end of the month of April. This is going to be coming to an end. It is over. The bad, the good, and the ugly will be behind you after this period. And more, I'm seeing, say, I'm getting 82% of you have come into the period, are coming into the period of the 15th of April, the very beginning, as already having experienced a period of heaviness, a period of where you felt like you had to tug tons of bricks. You had to tug them with you, you know, tug them behind you because you had to get things moving. Now, I'm going to take the Vera Sibilla, a couple of Vera Sibilla on each of these cards and see what they have to add. I have here Giovane Fanciulla, the young woman, and Donna Maritata, the married woman, her mother with child. And there is a certain taste, a certain flavor to being able to see those things you know full well, those things that are very familiar to you, things like your family with new eyes. You know, you have children, you have a child, you have 3 children, you have 10 children, and it is a burden for you to provide, prepare, bring them to school, come out of school, bring them to, you know, all of these things. But when there's that load that you're pulling, you're so thankful for having that around you, and so thankful for you to be in that position of caring for a young person, caring for your children, caring for other young people. And, you know, this Ten of Swords is bringing up this, the jealousy, and denaro, money, the safe. And what I'm seeing here is, again, I think it was last, or maybe the beginning of April, or last mid-month, what I saw that you weren't pleased with an initiative you had taken. You thought it would be your saving grace, and you thought, well, this is the formula for me to get out of my funk, okay? And then all of a sudden, it didn't work, and it didn't backfire, but it didn't work as well as you planned. And what I'm seeing is that you're going to rethink a certain strategy, a certain cure, a certain way of going about things. Your everyday bread and butter, your everyday tending to how you deal with your work. And it's going to bring you to a point, this especially in the second half of April, because you're ending the cycle, and ending a cycle for good. I will not be in that position ever again. You know, this is, you're going to put it in writing for yourself. Probably many of you will even do a ritual, you know, put it in writing. That is it. It's over. Burn it away. Now, you know, amen. And it's interesting to see, because there is a passionate pull with matters of finance. It seems to be one of the areas that truly sparks your fire, brings that shine and glitter in your eyes, whether you have a lot or little, but it does give you passion. It brings you forward. It gives you motivation to go forward. I'm going to take a few of the Neapolitan cards to see what they can add or confirm here. Yeah, yes, well, swords, swords, swords. We have the Six of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Two of Swords. 2, 4, and 6. 6, 4, and 2. These are even numbers. Now, the even numbers, what do they say to you? We can divide 6 by 2, and it's 3. And that is what we would consider a perfect number, the triangle, in spiritual terms. And these cards are requiring you to go one step further and put on your thinking cap one more time before you call it a day with that other plan that just doesn't seem to be working. Maybe you can tweak it. Maybe there's something you could do. Is it personalized? Does it have your name on it? Is it branded? Try to give it one more go before throwing the key away to that. I'm going to take one rune to crown the reading. Keynotes, keynotes, keynotes. This is insight. I'm seeing this as insight. Insight, sight inward, that will translate into an outward show of improvement. You need the insight that was missing into in what was planned, what had changed, what you revamped, what you fine-tuned, and you were not that happy about. Try to find it within you, the insight that will just make you tweak it one more time, because there was a reason for you to doing what you did. There had your name on it. It was personal. This was me. This is me. So don't take it personally. Take it as a moment where you have to develop and change what has been done if you're not happy with that. Namaste, Virgo friends, until we read together again. Now I'm going to be reading for Libra. And Libra, what I'm seeing for you is that the second half of April is a moment when you are not dancing. You know, you're not in a harmonious place. You're not in a place where you're going to be dancing on the waters. There's not much lightness here, Libra. There is seemingly a moment where you take things more seriously than you normally do. I believe that it's because there is a decision you hadn't taken and you're not pleased with yourself. And I think it is a personal battle, a personal affront, a personal you have to come face to face with your demons here and admit to any of the difficulties that you encountered and examine why. Why didn't that go well? Was it something I did, and I'm seeing it is? Was it something I didn't heed, any information that I was given that I didn't put into the plan? There are many different avenues here to look and examine. What I'm looking at now are the Angel Tarot, and I'm going to take one and take a few actually. The Queen of Cups, Libra, the Queen of Cups. This is the second time it has come out for the signs. And, you know, we see the Queen of Cups in us tarot readers as not a severe queen, but a very good queen. She's not the Mother Earth, but she is kind, and she is open, and she gives. Okay, she gives. And emotions flow. And this is suggesting, actually, it's not telling you, it is counseling you to do the same. It's counseling to you, you to be kinder with yourself. Don't treat yourself so badly for any type of error that you impute to yourself. This queen is also here, and I'm hearing that there's a female figure. And for many it will be a mother, but in any case it's a female who's older than you, who is in, and I'm seeing not a mother, an actual mother, but I'm seeing as either a mother's friend or a person who you consider a mother, or nonetheless a person who you go to for not motherly counsel, but someone who you can count on. And Libra, this seems to be the moment where you can turn to them and get positive suggestions to a difficult situation that you are encountering now. And our next card is the Six of Cups. And of course, you know, the tarot readers usually say, return, somebody from the past, you know, but I'm seeing this a bit differently here, paired here. They're both cups, so this is a very emotional period. It's not only an emotional period, but it is the suggestion that emotions are those things that will help you improve what you think needs improvement. And that is different from a lover coming back. Of course, you know, there could be, and there is 12% of those of you who have a lover coming back, all right? But it's a 2-week period in April, and it's very short-lived. It's not going to be a full comeback, you know. This is going to be something that maybe you cross paths with a former lover. But here I'm seeing something more. I'm seeing you taking a leap of faith, but backwards. I'm seeing you going back to a time where you had your emotions in check, and you see that actually I'm capable of it. You know, you say to yourself, I actually can do it. I was in control. But do we really have to be in control of our emotions? Christelle Martinette asks. This is not what the card is saying. In control of not losing the idea that you have to cut off your emotions. And that's slightly different. It's we would call in Italian, it's the hare and the egg. What a horrible picture in English, but it's a definition. It's a specific distinction. It's something that you go back to in order to bring forward the positive. I'm going to take a few Vera Sibilla on these 2 cards. 2 each will be enough. And over our queen, I have the leggerezza, the lightness of being, and the artista, the artist. And this is always a difficult card, this leggerezza, but I'm seeing it as, again, counseling you to very, superficially say, lighten up. It's not a matter of lightening up. It's a matter, as I just said, of understanding those emotions that you managed in the past, did not control, but managed, in such a way that there was positive growth, because this is the growth that you need now. Over our 6 of Cups, I have here malinconia, and of course, if it is, what is melancholy? Melancholy is looking back, thinking of something that was. And here I'm seeing melancholy, malinconia, and donna di servizio, the housemaid, who is always an aid. And what it does say, as I mentioned, go back, go look at those emotions. A moment when you positively were able to manage the emotions. I'm going to take a few Neapolitan cards over here. And what do I have? Here there's the progression. Okay, there's the 4 of Cups. There is a Page of Pentacles and a 3 of Cups. It's quite, I would like to say it's very clear, but obviously to you, no one who has never, ever worked with Neapolitan cards can understand, but it's very clear to me that the emotions need managing. Differently from the tarot, the 4 of Cups here is strength. It's talking of strength and spiritual strength. And this is the key to your 2-week period in April. Find that emotional strength. I'm going to take 1 rune to crown the reading. Joy. This is Wunyo, bright stave, and it's joy. Joy will be yours if you're able to tap into that past management of emotions that can help you in this period. Libra, namaste. It was a pleasure for me to read for you until we read together again. Now let's go on to Scorpio. Scorpio, what am I seeing for you? I'm seeing so many different ideas on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 is just a select few, because then there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But these, right in front of you, it's as if you're playing cards. Well, if I do this, I can move that over there. And if this doesn't go, this can... And there's a lot of strategizing, a lot of... You're motivated. You're highly motivated. But at the same time, I see this motivation against a backdrop of thinking about my life. Thinking about my life. What have I done? Without necessarily going into a nostalgic type of a mood or melancholic mood, but you're thinking, what have I done so far? Using it as a way of bringing yourself forward because you're highly motivated. But the emotional side is still needing to come up to the practical strategies that you have in front of you, the type of work I want to do. There's this turning back a little bit in terms of emotions, similar to what I just said to Libra, but quite different in the sense that you're blocking the emotional world from, as if they were 2 different things. My work will proceed, and that is my strength. My emotions, boo, where are they? But who cares? Anyway, I still have to make my bread and butter and I have to eat. So these are the musings that will be going on in the second half of April for you, Scorpio. But there's more than meets the eye in these different shuffling around of ideas in the forefront and in the backdrop. I see that there's more than meets the eye because and it's as if I see that You know exactly what to do. You know exactly what you need to do in order to get forward, but you're playing a game with yourself. That's too easy. If I can't say I know. I needed to make a little more, difficult for myself, a little rougher around the edges. Because or else it wouldn't be of interest. Let's see what the tarot have to say and how they can counsel us. Scorpio. Il bagatto. We have the bagatto is the this is the magician. The magician here is here to tell you, Scorpio, who you think you're fooling. Who do you think you're fooling? You're only fooling yourself. You know, I know, she knows, they know. You can do whatever you want. Let's not to forget that. And another thing that the magician here is telling us is that there's strategizing here far beyond the call of duty. Because what you need to remember is there's a limit. And this is shown by our little angel back there. There's a limit in terms of how far you can go. Because then you have to say, Inshallah, what shall be, shall be. Here, the other card here is Judgment. Incredible. Two major arcana. The first time it has happened in the readings for anyone. Judgment and the, I'm translating from the Italian, and the magician here. It is such a powerful moment, and you're here shifting around cards in front of you, 5, when the background cards are more important than the forefront cards. Admit to yourself that you can, when you want, to be the magician, and that it's never too soon for you to act on that in those terms. I'm going to take a couple of Vera Sibilla here to highlight both of these cards. How interesting is this? For the magician, I have Casa, the house, and Fortuna. I could say, and I will say, that a good 65% of you who have to do with real estate are going to come into quite a bundle, because you're going to be on a roll. One after another, those houses will be sold. That's one side. The other side is that shortly, and the seeds are planted in this period, you're going to come home to what home means to you. Over the Judgment card, I have Ammalato, the ill one, and Alegria, happiness. And this is painting quite an interesting story, because those of you who feel that you're not adapted, or you have trouble in social circles, being yourself, this is what it seems to me. Now is the time to face that difficulty and tell yourself, ask yourself why, and admit it to yourself and to others if you need to. Because this is the time, it's a very ripe time to come around full circle and say, okay, I was there, and I went there, and I went there, but here I am again. I'll take a couple of Neapolitan cards to see if they can confirm or disconfirm. Yeah, well, we have some... the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands here. There's a lot of contradiction here, and what it's telling me, these Neapolitan cards are telling me that you are going to pass this around. It's like playing tennis with yourself. Tick, 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 tick. But you're not going to admit to yourself that, yes, I need to come around. It seems that there's a battle here. There is some unresolved issue that you are not willing to make surface. And when I say you're not willing, because you can, and you've surfaced it, you made it surface for yourself. But now the real key is to involve other people in what is ailing you. What is it that ails Peter? What is it that ails Paul? What is it that ails Rosie?
Is Rosie willing to talk about it to Paul? If not, why? Would it make her closer to that person? You know, these are all things that come to your mind. I'm going to take one rune to crown the reading, Scorpio. And what do I have? Ingvats. Ingvats is like a home, actually. It is the key to our metaphorical home. And it's telling you that admitting, announcing, speaking, and telling, showing and telling, is the key to this success in that period, the 2 weeks of April, Scorpio. Namaste. I do hope this was of help to you. And until we read together again, Scorpio. Now I'm on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what am I feeling for you? You've got your hands full, but surely this was the case up until now. You've had your hands full, didn't know where to turn. I had so many things been dragging forward. I had to move. I had to do this. My wife is pregnant. I'm doing this. Where do I'm going to get? All of these big life changes have occurred at the same time. But when the 15th rolls around, it's as if a veil, a shroud, is going to be lifted, and you are light again. Sagittarius, you are light again. The biggest burden seems lighter. You can enjoy yourself so much more. You can relax so much more and start even reading the book you were unable to read. Go to a stupid movie. Enjoy your friends that you very rarely see. It seems that the 15th to the 30th is a moment for you, Sagittarius, that lightness is coming back into your midst. Let me take a couple of tarot to see what they... the Ace of Cups, and it is something coming your way. This is an offer, and it's very likely that during that period of time there will be an offer on the table, and it will be an offer not of love, but an offer of a job. I'm seeing a job here. I'm seeing a job, and another. The Fool. The Fool, Il Matto, the Fool. This is a new beginning. Oh, look at this. I'm really seeing an offer of a job here that's going to come your way, and it will be a successful offer. It's going to be an offer that you didn't expect. It will come in very good timing. It's going to be excellent timing for you. And what more can I say? What more can I say? I love to see these kinds of cards and get these kinds of messages. Okay, now I have here denaro, which is the safe, and then ladro, who speaks to negative change. But when paired with such cards, the change is a positive change. I always read them in the context. And what that period, the second period of April, you let me know. It's one of the best. Leggerezza, lightness of being and movement. This is viaggio, going into that lightness, just as we explained before. Beautiful, beautiful cards, beautiful cards. I'm taking the Neapolitan cards to see if they can confirm or disconfirm for me. Lovely, Sagittarius, this is lovely. All right, now, these are Neapolitan cards, so they're different. There are 40 cards in the deck. The 4 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. There will be a bone of contention in your mind. It's only in your mind. It's only, you're tossing it around in your mind. Whether it is best to wait for a better offer, or whether you should just ride the wave of this excellent, successful moment and take what comes. What is interesting about this, though, because it pre-announces more offers, but it also announces a bit of responsibility on your behalf, thinking, well, I should take, one, I don't know how it is, a chicken in hand is worth 2 in the bush or something like that. Take it now instead of waiting, and that is a form of maturity. And of course, the cards are not telling you what to do, but they're saying that there could be something else coming up, and it would be wise to, keep one foot on both offers and see if you can play your hand accordingly. I'm taking one rune to crown the reading. And it is Urus Merkstave. This is taking the situation at hand, facing it head on, and making a decision very quickly in terms of what you would like to do. Because the quickness of the decision will equal the success in the endeavor, in the initiative that is brought your way. I hope this was of help to you, Sagittarius. Namaste until we read together again. Bye-bye. Hello, Capricorn. It's Christelle here for a reading for, oops, let me get my cards. Yeah, I didn't have all of my cards. For the second half of April for you, from the 15th to the 30th. And what I'm feeling for you, Capricorn, is that even though you would like to have a break, even though you would like to say, oh, I'd love to take a vacation, it seems that in this period when you really, really need it the most, it's not possible. And you're sort of bitter that there's a little bit of bitterness there. You would even like to just go visit relatives. You know, a weekend, even that, for many of you, and I'm getting 82%, that's the case. And not only that, there's also, however, you've got a goal. And the goal seems to be has changed. It's shifting. It's shifted for the past year. You've had more ambitious goals a year ago, and now it's just making ends meet, you know, just let me make ends meet. But what I'm seeing also is that you want to, in many respects, never bow down to the realization that you could use a partner, or you could use, you know, I'm talking about business now, I'm talking about business, you could use a partner, and you can use someone's help. You do not, it seems that there's a lot of pride there. You don't want monetary help from anyone, you don't want anyone's pity. That, it seems there's a lot of pride characterizing you in this second half of April, Capricorn. Let's see what a couple of the tarot, these angel tarot, have to say. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, a very fast knight. And this is typically what I'm seeing for you as the knight in shining white armor. But it's a very grave, serious, and never benevolent. It's not only, you know, it does come in and there's this whirlwind of action, but it's not as benevolent as we would like. It's not the knight in shining white armor. It is the knight in shining white armor, but with a price to pay. Okay, there is a price to pay. And those of you who have a relationship then this reminds you of, you'll understand what I'm saying. Because yes, it seems that this is the man who can get me out of a situation here and could be a welcome compliment. But, and I'm saying the man, but it could be a woman, you know, this is either a man or a woman. But it's not, you can. You're saying to yourself, okay, I'll close one eye, open the other eye, I'll accept it for what it's worth now. But you don't see it as having any future, at least today, at least in the period of the second half of April. You're thinking, it's not anything to write home to mama about. The other card is the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is a card where everyone of generosity, as you can see here, the angel who is giving the coin to the man there, and these two together are suggesting to me, Capricorn, that you should, they're telling you, they're advising you that you should take that person who's coming in with a passion, who has come in with a passion, who is just, you know, shaken up your life a little bit, take it not only for what it's worth, I'm saying, but take it for what it could bring you in terms of changing your attitude towards things. And it seems that it is asking, the cards are asking you to have a slightly different outlook in the way you consider a partnership to be. Extend your adaptation, you know, adapt to a wider range of possibilities. I'm going to take two Vera Sibilla cards for each of these tarot cards and see what they can bring me. Yes, yes, this is the sospiri, the sighing, and belvedere, the beautiful outlook, the positive outlook, and they are back to back. And it's easy for me to say, well, there's part of you that's looking back, but there's also part of you that's looking forward. No, I see that here you are torn between what it is that I could use, what it is that would suit me well. I know I really like gardening. I like the simpler things, but I do like to wear, kick up my heels and put on my tuxedo and put on my heels. I do like to live a certain style of living, have a certain style of living, but I like to get on my knees in the garden and, grow tomatoes and pick the tomatoes, pick the flowers. And it seems that this is the difficulties that you're experiencing in your day-to-day life is putting you in a position of, again, looking at who you are and how you are and what you like and what you don't like. Over that Six of Pentacles, I have here Disgrazia, the disaster card, and the Fedeltà. And since it is talking about a generosity, and what I'm seeing here is and hearing is that you are not one to take, to put your hand out and take handouts. You're just not that kind of person, especially in this period of time. But what they're saying is also, as the card's also saying, is not that you have to accept handouts, but that you should give back, that you should also give back. I'm going to take the Neapolitan cards on this to confirm or disconfirm a few things and see what they say. Okay, this is a deck of 40 cards. They act differently from tarot and other oracles. This is the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Cups. There's a mixed bag here, and one of the most important messages that's coming out is that we are walking down. I'm talking about we, Capricorn. I'm not a Capricorn, but we as Capricorn, it's a collective we, are walking what we feel is a binary life, or let's say we could use the metaphor of the train tracks. You have a straight line there, but you're always surprised at how messy life is, and it would be so simple, and you're very naive in this type of reasoning, but there is still that area in your heart that makes you think that there's innocence there. There's a certain innocence, and it's the innocence that's bringing you forward. And you can't reconcile that innocence with the fact of having to work so hard for certain things and not seeing soon the payback. Okay, I'm going to take one rune and see what that can add. The rune is Manats. Manats Merkstave. Manats is a sort of, well, this is the universe. This is man and man as one. It is a joyful card, a coming together card. It's a card of being paired. And when it's Merkstave here, especially here, it's talking about the necessity for you alone to understand the developments in your nature, the developments of your character, and how far you're willing to go, how much you can risk, and how much you can push that envelope and into being something slightly, risking something. I hope this was of help to you, Capricorn, until we read together again. Namaste. I'm going now to Aquarius. Aquarius, let's see what is here for you, Aquarius. Aquarius, you're in a moment of time when you have depleted your mental resources, it seems. The airy nature of your mind has given way to a place where there were hurricanes and you weren't able to control the thought patterns. And so you have gone overtime in the reasoning process, and you seem to be paying the the price of that. And it's not necessarily a mental price. It is taking its toll on your physical energy, and that is what is bothering you more, even because you think, when it's a matter of the mind, I can hide it, but if it's my physical presence and the characteristics of my body, everyone can see how sad I am, or everyone can see that I'm not in shape. I'm not. So, you know, let's see what the cards say and see if they can help us to understand this period of time for you, Aquarius. Okay, I have here the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is you can see for yourself how joyous the card is in itself. It's one step that you have reached, and no one's going to take that away from you. It's as if, you know, when you get a degree, you go to college, you get your college degree, you get your PhD, your high school degree. It's something that is personal. No one can take that away from you. It's an achievement. And you've achieved so much. And the card's telling you to please go and revisit that. Please take a look at the positive side to your nature and your life. And I have here the King of Cups. And the King of Cups could be a person, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and or it could be your emotions, and your emotions that are taking their toll on you, especially in this moment of time when you're thinking, I've run out of energy, you know, I've run out of ideas, I don't know any longer what I can do. I'm going to take a look at the Oracle deck, the La Vera Sibilla, to see if they can add some things here to the Three of Pentacles and to this King of Cups. And they're so very clear, these cards. Sacerdote, the priest, and Superbia, vanity. Now, of course, they are echoing the words that I pronounced before, that I said before. There is a certain vanity that's coming to the fore. You don't like what you see in the mirror. You don't like what you have become. And you're in a sort of a bit of a rut. It's a 2-week period from the 15th to the 30th. You're in a bit of a rut. And it seems that just towards the end of the month, you're starting to come out of it. And it is your personal. It's the ego that's, I can't do that. I can't let myself go to pot. I've got to react, and this is what's going to happen towards the end of April. Here I have the Deliranti, the delirious man, and the Gran Signore, the great woman or man, and it could be the difficulty that a Scorpio is giving you, or a Scorpio, or a Pisces, or a Cancer in your life is giving you, man or woman, because it is a person who's very important to you, but it's also a person that can hurt you because of their importance. But also this speaks, if you're not partnered and you don't have a water sign in your life, this talks about emotions. It talks about the difficulties that you have in expressing your emotions to a significant other, to an important person in your life. I'm going to take the Neapolitan deck here to see if they can confirm or disconfirm certain things that were said here. Well, yeah, as we have had this Three of Pentacles, we have, this is a Neapolitan deck. It's different from other decks. There are 40 cards here, so they act differently from tarot. This is the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Clubs, and the Two of Clubs, of Wands or Clubs. And what I'm seeing is, of course, yes, it is a bond. It's a very spiritual, very strong spiritual bond that has caused some dismay, a difficult moment for you. But like I said, there is towards the end of April, that is when you start to come out and feel a little lighter with respect to that story. I'm going to take, well, I didn't even have to take one. It fell out. And this is gifo. This is an exchange. This is a gift. This is a gift that will be coming to you when you're able to acknowledge that you're at your rope's end, and now there's the importance of changing the way you react to something in your life that concerns a water sign or your emotions. But if you can acknowledge it, it will pay you back 1,000-fold with Gifu. I hope this was of help to you, Aquarius. Namaste, and until we read together again. Hello Pisces, it's Christelle Martinette here, and this is the reading for you for the second half. It's an update for the second half of April from the 15th to the 30th. And what I'm seeing for you here is busy, 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 busy. I hear this busy, 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 busy. There's a lot on your plate, but a happiness. There's a happiness in doing these things. It's as if you have a list and you're saying, okay, I've done that, done that, done that, done that. You're doing it calmly, one after another. But I also see that you're not probably able to do those things you like to do, hiking, as much as other periods, as in other periods of your life. But it seems that you have some important jobs that you want to get done. You have ambitions, and in order for you to absolve and come to the end of or materialize this ambition, you have to do certain things and you have to go through certain steps. And this is a period when you are doing that. And I see it busy, 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 Pisces. I'm going to take a few tarot cards and see what they can tell us. These have been shuffled previously. Okay, I have the Ten of Swords here. The Ten of Swords is usually a card that talks about an extremely heavy burden and difficulties, but it is a 10 and it's the end of a cycle. And I do see the end of the cycle, and what they're saying is that the end of the cycle is coming near. Get those things done. It will end soon. Though the possibility of not going hiking, you will be able to go hiking again. And what do I have? Another 10. And this is echoing what I just said, the 10 of Pentacles. Because the ambitions that you have involve a jump in career, salary raise, something to do with your activity and your livelihood. Because other areas of your life are fairly calm. And even if they're not as you would like, maybe you don't have the person that you love in your life, or you're having difficulty with your partner, or you don't have anyone in your life. But that doesn't seem as if it were a pressing issue right now. Pisces, let me take the Vera Sibilla cards here in order for me to get a bit more clarity. Okay, over the Ten of Swords, I have the Ammalato, the Ill One, and Fortuna, the Fortune. And it's just as they really are echoing my words. Get those things done, because then there will be a moment when you really can rejoice and you can count your blessings, because you've made it. You really have made it. And over the Ten of Pentacles, I have this Imeneo, the nuptial dance, and the Prigione, where, yes, this is ultimate success in business, and you are tied to that vision. You're tied to the vision, and success will be yours, as we see here, if you can have the patience and discipline to take those steps one at a time and accomplish those things that you want to accomplish. I have here the Neapolitan cards. I would like to see if they can confirm or disconfirm what I've said so far. Okay, this is the Page of Swords, the Three of Clubs, and the King of Cups. Now, I see that I just mentioned about an emotional story that may be on the back burner, because this is all about work. And this does talk about an emotional relationship and with a man or a woman. But it also talks about finding the truth behind this emotional bond, behind this bond, and with that person. And it's on the back burner because you have tried to understand, and it's now a moment where you have work to do, and you've put it in your mind that I have work to do, and this person's going to be in the back, on the back burner, because I'm controlling that, because I want that, because I need that now. I'm thinking about myself. That person will fall in line when they understand that you no longer have given them your energy and that you're walking on your own 2 feet, on your own road. Very interesting this is. I'm taking one rune and see if it can crown the reading. Ah, Sohilo, 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 Sohilo. The sun, success. Need I say more, Pisces? Need I say more? Get on to it. Get going. It's great. Good luck, Pisces. Namaste until we read together again. Bye-bye. Have a lovely April, the end of April. Bye-bye.